morning, guys. I'm happy to be here talking with you. Welcome to Hawaii. I feel this is long overdue, and let's start right from the beginning with the why. Why did I move out to Hawaii? Back in the summertime, I started to go in a downward spiral mentally. I had tried to throw the first COVID-safe festival, blew everything I had on it, and due to outside reasons, it did not go through. So I lost a lot in that moment. My relationship started to go downhill, and all of these things, compiled with dealing with severe anxiety, caused me to start dealing with suicidal thoughts. I would wake up in the morning, and every day felt like an absolute chore. I lost a lot of that lust for life that I had, and I wasn't sure where to go from there. So I took it upon myself to make some drastic changes. And in my case, I had to start with the basics. How much am I eating every day? How much water am I consuming? Am I communicating everything to my therapist? Am I doing physical fitness? Like, what am I doing to take care of myself? And I wasn't doing enough. So I started with that, and started to stay with my friend for about a month post-relationship, and we took an adventure together to Colorado, a place that I'd always wanted to go. We took some psychedelic mushrooms, went on a hike for about 7 hours into the Rocky Mountains, and that changed my life. That was really the pinnacle point when the anxiety stopped taking a hold of me, and I realized that what I needed to do was to leave where I was living, because that's where my pain was, where trauma was. It's where I felt like a victim of my anxiety, and the one thing that I've always wanted to do and needed to do was leave home. So then I realized I was going to need to leave this winter. I didn't know where, though. Soon after that, I was hanging out with my friend who has a kid, and he told me that if he didn't have a kid, he would have moved to Hawaii. And he thinks that I'm kind of dumb because I haven't moved to Hawaii, and I'm still living in this cold place. And that was really all that needed to click for me. And it just felt like the absolute most perfect decision that I could make. And so from middle of September, when I made the decision to move to Hawaii, I shaped everything in my life to revolve around preparing myself for Hawaii. I bought books, started to study the islands. I was researching places to live every single day. I was studying the culture and the language. I set financial goals for myself. I knew that if I wanted to leave Minnesota, I needed to go out with a bang. So planned a couple of Sota gang events that we'd throw Halloween parties for. After that, I worked on my album. I recorded most of my album in like 2 months, so that I knew by the time I got out here, I would have all of these things off my checklist and I wouldn't have to worry about it. Then you start thinking every day deeper into the logistics, because making a move like this isn't some imaginary thing where you just turn a page and you're there. It requires a lot of hard work and a lot of discipline. So I learned that best way to secure myself with a job was going to be to transfer my car over, which cost about $1,500 when I drove it from Minneapolis to Los Angeles. The reason being is because versus working for somebody, if you're working on these apps like DoorDash, Shipt, Instacart, all these things honestly are going to pay you more than any other job. And if you can ensure that you have a vehicle somewhere, you can ensure that you have a job. So already had that secured. And from there, I began my everyday process of preparing myself mentally. What I would do is I did a lot of meditation. I slowly started to isolate myself more. Every day I would get rid of more and more clothing, more and more belongings I didn't need, and just get everything in order so that when I left, I didn't have to look back for any reason. And soon enough, it became the end of November. I had been saving up for months. I had everything in order. Up until the last minute it took me, even though I would utilize every single day for 2.5 months, it took me until the last day in Minnesota to fully have everything ready. And started off on a journey with Corey, my best friend, who I run Sota Gang with. And we drove to California, and from there I took a plane to Hawaii, and ever since I've been here. But for me, Hawaii was much more than just a vacation. much more than visiting a place I've always wanted to go but never had the chance to. For me, it was about recreating myself. It was about searching for something within myself that I have had yet to find, and hitting that reset button. Because when you leave everything and the material possessions you have and you go to a new place with new people, all you have is yourself. So that'll really teach you how to get in touch with yourself, because you don't have your legacy, you don't have everything you've done, all your events and shows. Nobody cares. It's about who you are as a person. And for me, that was very enlightening when coming here. Another reason that I came to Hawaii was to get away from the cold. Those types of things can be really damaging for people with anxiety. Like spending 24 years of my life dealing with about like 7 months, 8 months of barely any sunshine. You get extreme colds, extreme weather. That stuff starts to break you a little bit. And for me, I discovered this year that a big passion of mine was hiking. So I wanted to go to a place that was going to allow me to hike all the time. And since I've got here, that's exactly what I've done. Every day I have to take a few moments just to sit aside and absorb the fact that I'm here on this journey. And the thing that I want everybody to know is when you're doing something like this and you're going along with blind faith, you're not sure what's going to happen, you just got to put that energy out there and trust it. Because for me, I had no idea what it would be like to leave everybody I love, all my friends and everything, and start somewhere new. Didn't know if I'd make friends, didn't know if people would like me, I didn't know how I would make it out here. But through that blind faith, through believing and putting in the right positive energy and just trying to be the best person that I can be out here, it was like the universe opened up its arms and put me in the best possible situation out here. I have a friend jackpot, really. So many beautiful friends that I've met in just 1 month. It feels like a family. It feels like I've known them forever. And I love everybody out here, truly. Every day is a new adventure versus living life and feeling like you're trying to get rid of your day so you can go to the next one, or get to the end of the day so you can be done with your job. I feel like every day is hard to catch because it goes by so fast and it's so wonderful. My anxiety's been on an all-time low. I weeded myself off of my medication. It's the best thing I ever could have done for myself, because the only medication that I need is being in this sacred place, being in the mountains, hiking, exploring, grounding myself with the earth every day. You don't need pharmaceutical drugs to make you better. What you need is to change your life and change your surroundings. Now I sit with the sunshine and it feels amazing. This is not an imaginary type of place. This is not a lifestyle that only special people get. Anybody can do this. Anybody can change their life. It just takes manifesting. It takes that belief, and as hard as you believe, you have to work. Out here, I have learned the meaning of enjoying yourself without needing materialistic possessions. All the best things in Hawaii are free. People talk about the price differences and whatnot, but I mean, it easily makes up for it in the experience out here. And I've seen more expensive gas in many other states aside from here, so I wouldn't even list this as the most expensive place I've been to. The food and the culture out here are absolutely beautiful. People are very welcoming as long as you respect them and you respect this land and you respect their culture, which is exactly what I came here to do. You know, just being surrounded in these types of energies, it feels like a level up in life. And I'm here from the other side to let everybody know that if you are unhappy, if you want to get out, if you want to make a change, you can do that. And I promise you, on the other side of that pain is happiness, is a happy life. Because people deserve to live happy lives. And that's what this has made me realize. You don't have to be unhappy. That is a choice. And for me, all it took was jumping on the other side of fear. And now every day I see rainbows. Yeah, I've found myself. I find myself more and more every day. I become more in tune with myself. Less blocked by fear. And the more you tap into fearlessness, the more you're gonna see the beauty of the world. It's not an easy journey to let go of things that hurt you and to leave people you love, but it is worth it in every way, shape, and form. I've never been so on my own, but yet I feel less alone than ever. I feel like the world is my oyster, and I'm only at the cusp of the greatest points of my life. So to anybody who's thinking about leaving where they live, to anybody who is struggling with anxiety, with fear, with depression, I am here as a major victim. It has controlled me for so many years of my life. But on this day, out here, it does not anymore. I control my life. I choose to be happy. And I'm gonna keep showing you guys my journey every step of the way in hopes that it makes you want to be a little bit more happy yourself. I love you guys. If you guys have any questions about this place, any questions about my journey at all, please feel free to drop in the comments and I'm gonna answer them. I'll make more videos. I'll do whatever you guys want. I love y'all. Please stay blessed. Peace out.